Good morning, lovelies! My name is Farley, welcome to Ad Astra Draconis, and we are back on my stream world. This is my personal world. We're currently on 1.6. We have not updated yet to Cobblemon at 1.7. I plan to do that update in January with the new year. Reasons being that I'm going to have a busy period over Christmas, and I don't want to basically rush into the update when my world isn't ready. Some of the mods I use aren't updated yet, and I'd rather have a fresh start with the new update in the new year. It just feels like the right time for it. But that doesn't mean we can't prepare the village and also prepare the base, because there's so many new things getting added, like so many new things, in particular new stuff for cooking, and a whole new type of tree, and we're gonna need to find those when the patch drops. And we've already discovered quite a bit of map, and this might take a while once it happens. So what I figure is we'll do a little bit of village revamp, and then today we're going to spend some time clearing out and tidying up around the base, and we're going to start making it ready for when the patch drops, and we're able to then hit the ground running, especially on cooking. So that means we're going to have a little bit of a farm revamp. Only a little bit. We're make a whole new area for it. Yeah, so that is basically going to be this week's plan for Cobblemon. We're making our base ready for the update, and I think that's going to be the plan going forward. So, first things first, do we have anything we should probably put a few things away. That can probably go in here for a bit of a melt job, because I mean, honestly, nobody needs broken leggings. Let's see. We've got so many bits and bobs and broken things, but that's actually quite good for us. What we'll need to do is we'll just pop out here quickly. For anyone who is new to the world, welcome. It is lovely to have you. I started this stream world at the end of April of this year, when I very first started streaming, and we've been off and on playing on it since. We had a stretch where we were on an SMP, and we'll probably have some of that in the new year as well. But we've been working on some rather modest defenses for the village. But today we're gonna just extend the sort of the broken fence to connect up to here, and then otherwise, mostly we're gonna leave the village alone. I think we put in this big protective wall. Well, I say protective, but it is possible for the zombies to come and for this, for whatever reason, they decided they really like going this way. I don't know why. So it might get to the point where I've got to put some sort of fencing around here just to stop them attempting to drown themselves or get zombified by going over here. Villagers, right? But yep, this is the big wall we put in, and we've got some towers that we'll need to go in eventually. And these will actually be really good landing points for when we have official flying. We're using modded flying right now, but there'll be official flying soon. But there'll be a tower here eventually, and a tower here. Part of the lore is this this long wall and the wall over there were part of old defenses that the village sort of used to protect itself when it was founded. And this big wasteland here, which we can see on the map, all of this is damage left over from ancient times when a battle between legendary Pokemon occurred. We don't know which specific ones. It is a mystery. But the calcite that was left also on the sides of the river, that you can see all the way up here and over here, these are also from the battle. But the calcite is, by the villagers, considered sacred for reasons we don't know. But it's interesting that they think that way. But we try not to build on the calcite where possible. There are a couple places where we've connected to things on it, but generally we try not to dig it up immediately around the village. Elsewhere, free game. Village, not so much. The villagers get very upset. But we put in a nice path running through. And at some point we will do a revamp of all the buildings. But today, as I mentioned, we're going to be doing a bit of work around our own base. Now, we already have some trees set up with honey and bees. We love our bees, although we seem to be... Oh, no, we've got plenty of bees. Okay. I was getting worried there for a minute. But we've got lots of honey. But I'm still really interested in the saccharine trees that are coming with 1.7. But I think we could do better than just over here. Like, this is nice to have immediately next to our house. But we're about to get a whole bunch of new crops. And we're going to need a new area for it. So my thought is, coming down here, we've got the whole berry patch up there. Apparently there's some new berries too. So we'll need to keep an eye out for those. We've got the berry patch, which probably does need a little reorganizing again at some point. But not today. Not today. My thoughts are, we're going to take this tree down, maybe... Well, we might leave this one here. We're going to get rid of this one. Maybe. No, we're definitely getting rid of that one. We're going to also take this one down. We're going to get rid of this. So we'll do that now, actually. There we go. And we're going to prepare, like, this whole area just outside our building here. Like, this is going to be the area where we're going to have the saccharine trees and where we're going to have some of the new crops, because some of them need water. Like the hearty grains, I believe, will need water, so we've got a nice source over here. We might come all the way down to here and make use of the water on this section and then just bring it in. But we can do some nice stuff for preparing for that. But also... if you've been here a while, you'll know I've had this lovely building in place for a while, and it's been kind of in a state of pause. Like, we've got a little bit of work done down here. This is the, this is our archaeology section. And you can see we've got lots of fossils. We're still missing a few from here, so we need to actually take some time to go find the ones we still need. I'm not 100% sure which ones I need now, but I need to look those up. But we've got this area here, which we've got a bit of berry storage. So lots of barrels filled with berries. But I haven't figured out using the storage terminal, and I know that there are ways to deposit like things down and have it like put in automatically, so you don't have to manually sort it all. So that's something I'm going to be looking up, because I really want that for this to make it a lot easier to use. But also, I think today we're going to actually raise up this by 1, because it is slabbed, but it's technically down a step. It's a half slab. And it means there's this lovely unsightly gap like between it. And while that's fine for some things, not so much for others. And we're going to be putting a kitchen in here. We're going to put a kitchen in here to do all the cooking for all the different types of food. Because the way I see it is we can have multiple counters and storage for the different types of food that we can make. So like we'll want like one here for like the poker snacks and the bait. Like, so we'll have that there, and then we'll have one which is like all the saturation food. And then we'll want, for riding, we're going to want like a juice counter. Like we've got the space in here, and we can make it really nice. So that's going to be one of the things we're going to prepare this week as well. But since we're in here, let's raise this all up. Mostly up. So it's all like just one flat floor. Because originally I put it as like a half slab floor to stop stuff spawning in here. And it is not. It hasn't worked. I still get Endermen spawning in here, which is the most bizarre thing. But yeah, so we can do better. We can do better. And then once we've got like the basics in, we can also start a bit of interior decorating, which is very new for me. I'm not very good at it, which is why we need to do it, because it will be really good practice. Now, let's just turn this off. Because I think... Yeah, let's do this. Oop. There we go. And then we can do this instead. And like, this bit is fine as like a lip to come up. But it'll basically be from this point onwards that everything... Well, this can stay low, but everything else around it needs to come up one. So we'll start with pretty much here, I think. Let's... There we go. Let's quartz slab, block of quartz. Yeah, so we got smooth quartz, that'll go there. That like that. This might take a little while. But yeah, so that is going to be today's plan. It's a lot of revamping, a lot of preparing, but I think we'll be in a better... Oop! We'll be in a better position for it if we do that, you know? Especially for the size of the patch that is 1.7. There's so much good stuff in it, and I'd rather be ready. And this also gives me a reason to actually work on something that I've been... If I'm honest, I've been avoiding a little bit. So let's do... yeah, so... Because I was a little bit intimidated by... honestly, white space, which I did to myself. Let's be honest, I did this to myself. And that's okay. Oh no. I forgot about that. Okay, good. It didn't actually knock anything over. There we go. And if we jump up here, oop, up on the backpack. We start around the edge, I think, makes life a little easier. Only a little. Let's come back up here. So this actually needs to be a bit where I'm a little careful because we've got, like, obviously torches hanging from the ceiling here. Uh-oh. Did that go all the way through? Or I think it's one of those cases where it breaks if it falls. So that's a torch we're going to need to replace. Or rather a lantern. Do I have any on hand? I don't think I do. Oh well. 2, 3, 4. Which is surprised because we've got all these wall lantern. Okay, so it's a regular lantern and a fence. Okay. Don't remember it being like that, but okay. Oh no, it just automatically changed that. Okay. That's fine. But we did do all regular lanterns. Fine. We'll save this one for somewhere else. But how are others doing? Have you updated your Cobblemon world? Like, what are you enjoying about 1.7? Like, I've messed around, and we've done a few streams on the Cobblemon Cobble Farms map, and they're really fun. And we will likely go back to it mostly for probably just practice with the cooking, honestly. But until then, okay, those can stay where they are. Those don't need to move. I don't think. Let's come back over here. Yeah, no, those stay where they are. These will need to come up. Although, why the... Should I just run out of the quartz slab? I don't remember. Whee! There we go. Alright, hopefully that's everything. Now we can put these in at a better level. Now what also may happen is I'm going to have to figure out moving these, I think. It might just be they need to come forward and I can put whatever cables and stuff behind. Because I wasn't really sure how to use the sophisticated storage originally. And I'm still really not experienced with it yet. So that may be something I need to look up offline, maybe do that offline. Because nobody needs to see me struggling around with, you know, working on, like, how do cable connect? That's not the most entertaining stream, but... Or maybe it is, like, would that be something people want to see? Like, someone learning how to do it, looking up guides. Might end up being me tabbing back and forth between some windows, which is not necessarily the most interesting thing to see. But I do think it's worth considering, like, well, how do people learn these things otherwise? Like, do you have an online guide? Do you personally prefer, like, using text guides with screenshots? Or do you like video guides? Like, I'll be honest, I'm an oldie. If you can make it a website entry with screenshots, please do. Like, I can read it. Like, I don't want to have to fast forward and listen to someone drone. Even if your voice is entertaining, like, if I can read it quickly and it's laid out, like, nice and clearly, I prefer that. Maybe I'm just old that way, though. Alright, so we have run out. Let's just go down here. I'm gonna have a quick nap. Because we do have a few bits and bobs around. It's whether or not we have quartz. Do we have quartz in here? I think we might. Right, so we've got some quartz slabs. Right, we'll put these in the back here. We might just need those as backup. That chest has been sitting out there for months. So that's another reason to get this revamp done. We can bring those materials in and use it for our own building purposes. There we go. That's looking better already. So now comes the question of, well, what happens now? So that's a smooth quartz slab. I think that's fine to have that there like that. We could do. We're gonna do. Oh, well, that was quick to run out of those. That's not quite what I hoped for. Where's the quartz? We've got smooth white sandstone. Good, but not quite what we're after. And of course, because we've been doing other work elsewhere, The stonecutter is not over here anymore, so let's go fly over to one of the others. Pidgeot doesn't have flying yet in 1.7. They're coming soon, but I believe their riding animations and their updated model for flying isn't ready. And props to the Cobblemon team, like they're really one of their priorities is it has to look good. Like the quality needs to match what they're doing, and if it's not ready, they're not going to release it. And you know what? Fair play to them. Like, some people just slap it and say it's ready to go. But not them. So, I will miss my Pidgeot! I love my Pidgeot, but if it ain't ready to fly yet, officially, then we'll tuck 1 week away until it is. And that's okay. But there are plenty of others. So we'll be having a good time finding out. Like, I want a Noivern. I want a Noivern so badly. I love Noivern. New Noivern looks so good. Now let's see, can we... Yes! Okay, good, good, good. This is going to make dropping these off a lot easier, at least taking down. And then I did not think this through. Can I? I can. And if you're playing 1.7 right now, what is your favorite flying type? And also, what's your favorite and I mean that both in the Pokemon you can ride and also the riding style, because there's like multiple types of flying styles that certain Pokemon are. And like, I think Jet is really hard to control. At least I find. I think you need to have really good handling on the Pokemon to make it work well. I definitely like the bird flying best so far. But doesn't mean there can't be something for everyone. Alright, there we go. And then we've got... Grab all of these. All of these. Have we got everything? Is that all? Not quite. Let's check behind the sofas. We've even got some over here. Okay. But now we can start putting this out properly at the right level. And it's going to be, yeah, smooth quartz all the way. So pop these in. It's part of the... Oop. Oh. Yeah, so right now we've got armor, plume, sail, jaw, root, and skull. So we did the claw fossil. I don't remember what the remaining fossil that I'm missing is. Like, it's literally only 2 fossils that I'm missing. And I know one is claw. We've got skull, root, jaw, sail, armor, and plume. I don't remember what the other one is. Is it root? No, we've got the root. I'll have to look it up. It's going to bother me until I do. Yeah, it be what it be, you know? But yeah, no, I can't wait to get a Noivern. What like there's a whole bunch of new Pokemon added, and I'm certainly blanking on what they are. Like, oh yeah, no, I want to get a Axel. I want, because Haxorus was always one of my go-tos back in the day. What else do I want? We've got plenty of Petalils around here, so I'm not too concerned about those, but Really? Okay. All right. We want to put lanterns in. Huh. Well, that's a little discouraging what you can't put it there, so I guess we're going to be putting it there. And here. Because we just want to brighten that up. Make sure there's no real dark patches on the staircase. But that should do. We definitely need to put a little bit of decoration here. Maybe a painting. Like, there's a whole bunch of Pokemon paintings, I believe, from Cobblemon. So we could put one here. That could look really nice, actually. That would fill the space. Why didn't I think of that sooner? Sometimes brain is dumb. Smooth quartz. It actually surprises me how much I used in here for this. Doesn't feel like it's a full stack, but... No, that is what it be. Oop. There we go. Now we got the floor at a decent level. Feels a little less weird. So the only thing I need to decide now is, like, do I want to make this more of a full block? Do I want to maybe put a pillar here? Like, just to make it look like it's a bit more supported from the underside? Because that might be a thing to do here. Because right now, I mean, it looks nice as, like, the stair just coming straight down. But aesthetically, like, would it be better to have maybe, like, do I want a full quartz pillar? Or do I want to maybe use one of the other blocks I have over here? Like, because we've got the... What was it? Not quartz. White concrete? I mean, we could use white concrete. But we got, like, the smooth white sandstone. Not much of it, though. So that kind of rules that out. But, like, a simple calcite pillar, like, would that be something to have on the inside? Because we use some of this on the outside. Like, I still really like the pillar trim. Like, it kind of gives the impression of, like, bones as well, which works really well given that downstairs is the archaeology lab. But again, it's one of those things where I need to actually put this around, like, more of the building. Like, up here, like, I need to do some external trim. Like, all this side of it is very boring. Like, sure, the colors are great, but it's very flat, you know? And sort of part of it was because I was leaving a lot of the decoration for when I started decorating the upper floors here. And I've just not gotten around to going back to it versus down here. So, no surprise creepers, thank you very much. Alright, let's get back upstairs. I do feel like there should be something there that we could be doing. But I don't know what. Alright, let's see. Alright, I was getting pinged about something, all already taken care of, so no worries there. Alright, so now we can, let's eat up quick. Have a quick nap. Excellent, excellent. Now, one nice thing about having chests full of items is there's a whole bunch of stuff. So we're just going to take some of this wood. We're not actually going to use it to build anything right now. What I want to do is just figure out what kind of layout do I want. Like, obviously we've got a nice couch here, and I still want to keep the couch. Like, you get, like, just a nice view of the kitchen. And, you know, maybe when you're done cooking, you want to sit down. This is a good place for that. So, with that in mind, obviously we've got this. This is probably going to come out at least 1 or 2. I'd presume, like, maybe 3. So, if we'd say this whole row, like, nothing doing. Like, so it's anything from in here. And then we want to also leave, like, a bit of space. Just, like, everything we're going to do building-wise is going to be in this kind of sort of spot. And, of course, I'll run out of slabs because I only took half of them. And that's fine. But this just gives us an idea. Like, everything that we're going to put in cooking-wise is going to be in this section. And we might even bring this in one more just to have, like, a row to walk in. So let's do that now. Yeah, because it'd be, like, just having space. Like, it's important to have, like, the walkway space. But it's a case of, like, alright, so where does X, Y, and Z get stored? Like, do I want to have, like a cooking pot, like here, one here, one here, one here? Or, like, have these centralized and then have, like, or do I want to, like, have all the things around it in a circle, or do I want to have it in straight lines? I am kind of a straight line girl. As you can see, if you come out here, I've got my rows. And we're going to have rows of trees, and we're going to have rows of other crops when we get making them. But we're not quite there yet. So it's like, It's stuff to think about, that's for sure. And because we're also going to need cooking fires to cook the pots on top of, I believe. I don't... Actually, does anyone know, for any viewers who are watching, with the cooking pot, does that work on top of the smoker, or does it have to be a cooking fire? I don't actually know. That might be worth looking up. But let's just head back over here, because if we're going to need at least a minimum of 3 cooking fires. Probably. I don't remember if I have any lying around, so... Because we've got a little bit of honey. So maybe we need to think about setting up like a little apiary for actually farming honey blocks a bit, or honey everything a bit more efficiently. That might mean looking up a redstone farm, which is a little intimidating, but I kind of think that's going to be necessary to do a really good job, you know? Especially if we're doing a lot of cooking. Is it in here? No. In here? No. No. Okay. Alright, so we've got a smoker. Obviously, I can't really test that since I don't have the patch yet. But we got, as you can see, we've got loads of stuff. Oh, there's a thought. We could use these in the cooking area. So, like, polished tumblestone could look really nice to, like, have, like, one row of, like, tumblestone blocks for decoration. Like, each of the separate rows. So, like, one will be, like, the regular food. flying food, and then whatever juices and things, or well, maybe that could be the juice color. Just I'm not using tumblestone for anything, and I think that could be actually a really good thing. And we have our little tumblestone area over here. It'll be an excuse to do more with it. Alright, so we need... Alright, what does the campfire need? So we need coal, we need logs. That's what we need, okay. Well, we do have some spruce, but I'm kind of reluctant to use a lot of that. We'd spent so long farming it. Do we have any other spruce logs? Well, we've got oak logs. Alright, so oak logs. Do we have sticks? Probably need more sticks. That'll do. Alright, and then we've got block of coal. Where? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's take 4 for now. And then a block of coal. That can go back in here. Put that in there for now. So we've got our campfires. They're all set. And then it comes a case of, well, what sort of storage are we wanting to use for the build? So this is our current storage room. Oh, is that? Oh no, it's just invisible map. And this is the map of the current area, so you can see the village. You can see the apricorn farm over there. It's going to be interesting to see how this changes as we update things along the way. But it comes a case of like, all right, so what do we want wood-wise? We are so low on everything wood-wise. It's been a while since I did just a regular old chop and change stream, farming different types of wood. That might actually be something I have to do in the near future, because look, we've got nothing. We've got next to nothing. That's how you know I haven't been like properly invested in my stream world beyond like stone. Oh, it be what it be. But yeah, so we've got all these. So we've got the smoker, we've got the campfires. But we need some cabinets and things. So like we've got from the cobble fernies, like we've got the different cabinets here. Those could be really fun to have. So what do we need for those? Soap, apparently. Oh no, soap is to clean it. Right, so how do you make it? Alright, so I guess we need to go check out... Oh no! RIP! Well, looks like our zombie villager is dead, or long gone at least. I wonder what happened there. Oh well. No more Fred. Now, cobble fernies, where is it? Here we are, the ferny crafter. So we've got all these, so naturally we're probably going to go white and red. You know, keeping on theme. Here we go. So we got a red stove. Interesting. We've got a red sink and the red drawer. Does the red drawer actually store anything though? Drawers and cabinets. Because like if it doesn't, you can't put stuff in it. It's not worth having, you know? So I'm kind of thinking it probably doesn't. But we'll have a... I think, is that... That looks like red concrete and calcite, so... We have a little... let's see. 1, 2, 3... Is it this one? It might not be. Calcite, where are you? Is this the one, or is it actual red concrete? Let's see. No, it is red concrete. It needs... darn it. It's got stripped redwood. Circular terracotta. That looks very nice. But not red concrete. At least not over here. Do I have any concrete in the storage? that be the question? Is the concrete over here? It's been a little while. We've got all the terracotta. Aha! Here we go. White concrete. Glazed terracotta. That's not concrete. That's concrete. That's white chalk. Alright, so... red concrete. We need... sand and gravel, of course we do. We got plenty of that, that's for sure. So if we take that... For now, we're just going to put these in here just to keep it safe. Do I have sand in here that I don't need to... Nope, apparently not. Calcite, ash, sand. There we go. And then we need some red dye, which... I'm pretty sure we have some upstairs if we don't have it in our bags. Nope, nothing in there, so up we go. And we'll go in here, so we'll grab a poppy. Concrete powder, check. Oh, and it's nighttime again. Alright, so let's prep the concrete. That's 1, 2, 3, 6. Doop. Where's my water bucket? There we go. Bidoof! Bidart! Here we go. Now we've got... Where did I put the calcite? Alright, there we go. So we go down here. We want to make a red drawer. I want a red cabinet. Now, I think these are purely ornamental. I don't actually think that we're going to be able to put anything in them. Oh! Alright, now this one, ornamental. Definitely there to be like between things, so this would be something we'd put stuff on top of. Which is not a bad thing. But it does mean it's just purely decorative. But you can also tell the difference because like this is a much darker... For some reason it's much darker than this one. But like, this is good to know. This means you're able to store things much more easily. So definitely want to make a whole bunch of these, probably. Oh, we're going to need more red concrete. Why? Now, does the red stove work? That's the one I'm curious about. No, did I didn't take any more poppies with me, did I? Typical. Alright, let's put some stuff in here for now. Or we can put away our bow. Pew pew. Indeed. Nope, no dye in there. Oh. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're probably going to need more. More red concrete powder. Honestly, we're probably going to need more than that. Where is the gravel? Maybe not that much. There we go. So put both of those back in there. Do I have more than one water bucket on me? I do not, but we should probably fix that. But the revamp is also going to mean we need to think about where do we want to put our sheep and cows, because the milk is going to be useful, maybe. Maybe a little less useful than having some mill tanks. That means we're going to have to catch some mill tanks. I think we might need to get a pasture block and just have like a little area for the mill tank to roam. Because you're going to need the moo moo milk. Alright, so we want 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Excellent. Oh, we got wild Riolu running around again. I think in some ways that's one of the things I'm really interested to see when I do finally update this world is like, well, what Pokemon are going to show up? Like, is it going to change? Will 1.7 change like the regular spawns around here? Like, is that going to be a good thing or a bad thing? Like, I'm genuinely excited to see what will happen with that. For anyone who's playing Cobblemon at the moment, like, did you notice any big changes to, like, what Pokemon showed up on your world map? I'd love to hear. And let's also see... I do kind of want to make a stove. Does the stove actually work, though? No, it... probably not. Okay. That's irritating. You can't cook on it. Ugh. Although I suppose you could put cooking fire on top of it, but... You're a disappointment! Alright, so we want to make... I think the drawers were the main one. Then probably like 1 or 2 maybe? Like the stove is a storage, so that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's just not necessarily the best thing. Alright, so let's take 2 more just for the aesthetics. There we go. And then if we come up here... Like, do I want to move this in a little further? Like, so obviously the wood is not going to be here, so it's not going to be a big deal for getting around. Because, like, the ones you put, like, storage, like, it's the same coloured countertop. Whereas this is immediately whiter, and that's like, Oop. Like, you can't interact with it. It is just cabinetry. It's just meant to be kind of a filler block. Which is not a bad thing, but because it's such a different shade to these, it's standing out, and that's kind of annoying. Well, if we do... so 1, 2, 3, boop. 1, 2, 3, boop. Oh, that could work. And then here. Oh. Oh, huh. Maybe it... Interesting. Okay, so if I do... Huh. Why is it doing that? That's really weird. Okay, maybe it's just a quirk. Oh. No, we want that facing this way. And then we'll still have one of these at the end. Just to make the counter look a bit longer. They're all nicely rowed up. We got spots here for making it longer. We can also make it longer over here. I do feel like it's a good start, but definitely missing something. I think having the actual blocks in is going to go a long way to making it go, ah, yes. But for now, like, maybe some carpets? Like, I know I'm interested in maybe seeing, like, would I want to use tumblestone in here in some way? But I'm not quite sure how I'd want to put that in yet. Especially because you can't make tumblestone slabs. Which would be really interesting, actually, but you can't. Maybe, like, tumblestone pillars? I'll have to think about it a bit more. But we're already seeing a little bit of change now, like, having this in here. It becomes a case of, like, would we want to extend this and have, like, things on here as display? Like, that feels like that might be the way to go, you know? But we'd need to make a few more of these, I think. Like, at least one more of these to go here. And then it's... like, these two end rows will be something. Could well be, like, maybe coloured barrels to, like, just hold the specific veggies, whereas, like, these then will store the actual completed food. And these are just the ingredients. That could definitely work. And then we can colour the barrels to match, like in the case of berries, would we, like, match the berries? Or would we want to think like the tumblestone and have, like, is it a juice? Is it a consumable food? Is it riding food? Like, what's the dealio? What kind of snacks are we making? But definitely, I think we could put some stuff here then. Like, probably, like, chests or barrels. And this will be, like, we'll have all the IV, EV, whatever food there. And bait will go in this chest, that sort of thing. Yeah. Yes, I think we're onto something here. And this is already, like, filling in with a bit more progress. I do think we can do something with the, like, in general, I do think we can do more with decorations. I just don't know what yet. And we're also going to need to probably lift this up a bit as well. For the same reason, in that it is one thing above. But I'm not going to do that right now. Because I do think that having the alchemy level is definitely going to pay off for some of the cooking here. Because like there'll be a bit of ingredient overlap. Like so the potions up there for potion brewing. But we'll see. Like, it's not a huge priority just this second, you know? But yeah, so we've got stuff planned. I've got obviously a straight shot through here, doorway. Yeah, so we've made a start in here. I like that. That's good. All right. So next up, we're going to spend a little time and focus on the wall over here. Specifically, just to make sure it gets done, because if I don't do it today, I don't think I'm ever going to get it done. And that's no good. So we're going to just look at, like, what blocks do we need, just so we can extend the wall along here and connect it here. And that's purely to stop villagers going in the water here, and also to stop any would-be zombie attacks. Like, if spiders coming through, spiders are going to get up and around it. It's not going to matter. But zombies and skeletons and drowned don't need to be coming in through this way here, you know? So we want to just have a quick look. We want some tuff. We want cobblestone. We've got stone bricks. And we had some slabs as well. Some regular stone. Okay. And the original idea with that wall is, it is a little rundown looking, it's a little bit ramshackle, but it's nice in that it doesn't look uniform. And it was me trying to do like a Minecraft interpretation of these stacked slate walls, or certainly just like kind of thinking in those terms that in the Irish countryside, especially in areas with very old farms, and where the farmland has been around for years, especially in more mountainous areas, you've got like stacked slate walls, which they're very unique looking, and you can't do a direct version of that in Minecraft. But I wanted to kind of keep that feel of an old joined wall, sort of cobbled together over time. And I think I succeeded with that. I'm still really pleased with how that looks. It's a very unique looking thing. And it's not very uniform. I think you could argue maybe it's a little too busy. But it's the kind of busy that I'm really happy with, if that makes sense. All right, let's take a little... We don't need quite that much crackstone, but you never know. These walls do end up taking up a lot more than you think they will. Yeah, so let's take a full stack of that. Full stack of that just in case. Hello, Diash. How are you doing today? Are you having a good one? I'm just here on my personal world doing a bit of building. Why is there tuff in here? Goodness me. You can tell I wasn't paying attention when I was putting some stuff away. Right, that should be enough. Hopefully enough to get this bit going. So we're just doing a bit of a wall expansion and some general prep to update things for 1.7. We're not doing 1.7 on this world until January, just to give myself time to prepare, and also for some mods I'm using to get updated. But we recently did this big wall complex, and now we're just extending this little wall here so it connects up here. And we'll put the sugarcane away. Alright, so what do we not want? Well, I guess we could do this, and then that can go like that. So let's say tough block there. And then where did I put cracked? There we go. Cracked stone. And a bit cobbled. There we go. So a bit worried because I don't want villagers crossing over there. So let's do another one. Oh, that's a bit. If we do it like that, and then it's a little awkward. It'll do. Doesn't have to be completely perfect, so. Generally the height is about... Let's get this all built out. So I might need to get a few more bits of wall, I think. It does help to have cobblestone as well, doesn't it? Let's grab the mossy one. These bits of cobblestone here. See, do we have... Oh, tough slabs. I forgot about those. Those could look quite good, actually. Let's knock that away and put a tough slab in there. There we go. That's a little bit better. And then if we do... That's not really what I'm wanting there. That's a shame. Might be worth... Okay, let's keep that like that. We don't need that. We want... And then we can put... Aha! Knew we had this for a reason. We'll put that there, and that's... I think we can get up there, but that should, I hope, stop other things coming through. Then we just need to figure out what to put on here. Is it worth doing a... No. That's going to be a case of make another wall. Arrows! Ooh, okay. let's instead grab wool. Where are my wool options? There we go. Stone brick wool will do. There we go. And then... Oh, did tell me it broke that. Oh, there it is. Okay. Why are you like this? You really hate stairs. I don't know why you hate stairs so much. There we go. There we go. That's gonna do for now. It's not... Might need a bit more cobblestone stuck in here, I think. Well, that's fine. We've got plenty of cobblestone. So let's dump all these in here for now. Here we are. Alright, how does that look on the other side? Now that's a good continuation, though. I think we want one more lantern over here just to make sure there's enough light, especially for this bit. I didn't realize quite how... No. We'll definitely need to add a bit more light around here, especially since we're going to be putting more farm over here ahead of 1.7, so... Or at the least preparing for farms ahead of 1.7. But, yeah, no, it's looking good. Okay. I'm pretty pleased with that. Do I still... No, let's do that. And then... Let's make a few of these, and then... So those, and then we'll make the rest of those. Right, so it is this one. Okay. There we go. That should do the trick for the minute. So we got another thing bashed out. Bish bash bosh. We'll have a quick nap. And I'm also going to take a quick break. So hang on to your butts for a little bit. I'm going to refill my water. Do what I'm going to do. So go stretch, go grab yourself a snack, and we'll be back. And we're going to make some starts, a bit of headway on just checking through the current berry patch. See if anything needs replanting. And then we're going to go work on prepping the new area for the 1.7 crops. Because I know there is the hearty grains, but I think there's a couple of other things as well. And we also need to designate an area for growing the new saccharine trees. Because we're going to probably not going to need loads of them, but it doesn't hurt to be prepared, you know? So we'll do that, but we'll be back in a few minutes. So hang in there. I will see you shortly. Welcome back, folks. All right, I've refilled my water. Trying to drink more water at the moment. I've also trying to cut down on sodas, which is not going well. So I don't know about if anyone else says something similar to that. And of course, it's the worst time of year for it because it's you go out for food with friends or go visit family, and of course it's the holidays coming up, or just been the holidays for some folks in the US, I believe. Thanksgiving. US Thanksgiving specifically. Alright, let's drop these off here. And then do I have anything? No. Alright, let's leave a stone cutter over here for now. I don't think we're going to need it right away, but it doesn't hurt. Right, doop, doop. There we go. So as mentioned, we're going to make this area down here into a much more prepared zone for 1.7 farming. But we also have our rather boring looking pen for sheep and cows. And yeah, I need to think about, I think we want to relocate them. We don't want them too far away. But we need to think about, like, where do we want to actually send them? And probably what we'll do is lead them over yonder, over the bridge and far away, to the distant lands of over here. But I'll need to figure out, like, oh, hello. The flying for these guys and the new model is meant to be excellent. So, ooh, you're not super terrible. Let's catch... I know I already have one of you somewhere, but let's catch another one, because why not? Because my loved Pidgeot is not updated yet. There we go. Hey, God of War. So what we'll probably do is... I am thinking we'll bring them over here. It does mean filling in some areas. We're going to want to fill in with dirt and probably flatten a good bit of this out. Like, this doesn't need to be there. Yeah, it doesn't need to be there. We'll collect up all the flowers so they're safe. Oh, hello, Honedge. We can dig up the mud here and maybe use that as like some pathing between the pens. And of course, we can't touch the calcite because it's good fortune in this area. So maintaining the lore is important. Oh, hello. Come back here. You're just a regular execute, hey? I really hope, because I don't think it's in 1.7, but I hope in a feature patch. Oh, excuse me. What happened there? Big yawn suddenly hit. But no. I hope in a future patch they make all dreams come true, and they make it that Alolan Executor is rideable. Because I think that would be one of the funniest things they could do in terms of mounts. Like, you'd be, like, perched, like, on their shoulder, hanging onto the, like, their long neck. I think that would be so brilliant. But yeah, now we'll keep all our random trees around here, because I like having examples of the different trees in this particular spot. And I like having, like, a dark oak tree right there. But we do, like... with the saccharine trees, we'll have a lot more bees. We'll have a lot more honey. Wait, what? Speak of them, and a turtwig shall appear. So we will definitely grab one of you, because... oh, I hope that means, like, if the saccharine tree is in, I need to check. Is there a saccharine variant of turtwig now? Oh, surely there must be. Alright, let's let's do a quick check, actually. I feel like if there isn't, that would be shocking. Pokemon spawns, biomes, unique forms. Where are we at with that? No, it doesn't look like it. Not yet, anyway. That might maybe in a future update, but I feel like surely. Like, you've got all the the different Torterra with the spruce saplings and like the cherry grove, like surely that has to be coming. That's got to be down the pipeline, surely. Well, if we find a Turtwig when we next play on the regular map, on the Cobble Farms map, we might test it just to see. Because, you know, the worst thing that could happen is that it's not there. Yet. So yes, we've got this whole spot here. Like, we've got our Tumblestone quote-unquote farm, which I haven't actually farmed in a while. So we've got lovely, lovely rows of Tumblestone, as you can see here. And I can put them in this chest here when I feel like it, and then press the button. The most basic of redstone. Don't you just love it? Oop. And you can even send it back the way you came. Yeah, so currently, like, I'm gonna leave this one here because I do think it's rather pretty. But I think the spruce tree's got to go. That oak tree is probably going to go as well. I'm just not feeling it. I think actually this is one of those spruce trees masquerading as a cypress tree. Yeah, it is. Alright, so we've got a whole bunch of fresh twigs for future use. Cypress, spruce sapling, spruce logs, always good to have. Over here, is it in this one? There we go. We're also going to collect up all of these, just so we don't lose them, you know? Like, I wish the bushes would let you, like, pick them up with Silk Touch. They don't, and it's annoying. At least I don't think they do. Let's try it with a diamond hoe. Yep, no. Done work. Actually, let's just switch this back on for ease of gathering. And again, having loads of flowers around here, or at least around where we're going to have the trees, the saccharine trees, is going to be something to keep in mind. Because obviously they're going to need things to pollinate, otherwise honey can't happen. So we're clearing all this out. We've got this lovely big blank space, right for use. Ooh. Right, Right, so we've got this tree here. We don't need another spruce tree. We don't. We really don't. Alright, so we've got... So just coming over here, we've got... like, this big old patch here. We'll probably move... yeah, we'll need to move the cactus. Partially because we're just not using cactus for anything. I'm sure there's something we could be using it for, but we're not at the moment. So you might just relocate that into storage for now until we find a proper use. These two trees gotta go. These bush trees, like the low-level trees, they gotta go. Might be worth like just collecting up the leaves, because you never know when you might need leaves for building projects. So we'll do that first. Yay for Silk Touch. There we go. And then a bit more over here. A bit more over here. It'll be interesting. Like, one thing we haven't actually seen a little bit is a shiny Pokemon, so I wonder what's going to spawn around here while we're doing this. Feels like a prime opportunity for something interesting to spawn, you know? So, good old green, dark green bushes made from these leaves. Could work out quite nice. Yeah, because the downside to the cactus is if it hits other cactus, it automatically destroys itself, which is like the least useful thing ever. So we'll fill... Maybe don't fill this bit in, because the hearty grains, if I remember correctly, they kind of act a bit like rice paddies, in that they do need to be submerged. So maybe that would be the thing to think about design-wise, is do I want to try and like design this like rice paddy tiers or something like that? Do I want to like maybe bring some of this in and it'll be like you have an upper row and a lower row? That could look really cool. Something to think about, anyway. So, grab this. Then, of course, we're going to take this down because we don't want that anymore. Naturally, after I've already put some of these away. Oh! I see a Larvitar. It's not shiny, but it's ultra rare and I'll take it. Oh, hello! Look at you! Yes, please. Guy, I could use a friend. Excellent, excellent. Love to see it. Alright, so grab these and then... Alright, and then we want to dump those in there. Grab the excavator and we want to clear this bit away. Now, something we need to do quite quickly is put some light down. Because otherwise we're going to end up with so many creepers. And if you've been following this world at all, you know I don't have the best of luck when it comes to creepers. The last thing we need is to do a whole bunch of work prepping this area, only for a creeper to show up and blow up everything. Because that's what they do, they're just mean. Hopefully that's enough. I mean, we can make some more if it's not, but hopefully it's enough to get started. Like this, technically this bit here needs a bit of lighting as well. Ugh. Alright, grab some of those and those. Put that there, and then... There we go. So that hopefully should be enough light. We don't get any unpleasant surprise visitors. As you do in a Minecraft world. All the dang time. Hopefully that's enough for now. Alright, so we've got progress. So what are we thinking? Like, I like the idea of kind of having like the rice paddy kind of style for the grains. So what we'll do is, like for this bit, we'll get rid of this. Good bite. And we'll just bring this in. And another one, of course. Let's bring... So I want to, like, I think having, like, this little lower level, keeping it on level kind of with the water here, like, can give us an excuse to actually extend, like, replace the gravel here with dirt. Because, you know, it's not like I don't have enough gravel already. like the hearty grains can be down here, and then we can flood this section here to plant more of them. And just have it like really controlled. And then we can expand this bit up here. And then just make sure we have plenty of those grains. It might end up being just too big in a side area. Which, you know, I'd rather have too much than too little, and we can always reduce the size down as we go. It's not a fixed thing. That's the nice thing about Minecraft. There we go. Now let's see, where did all the dirt go? And of course we can... Oop. Add to some of the seagrass over time as well, to make up for the stuff that gets filled in. There we go. And then... yeah, up to here we've got this bit soaked in. Then it comes a case of, alright, so where do we cut this off here? Because this might be... I got to grab these water buckets here. There we go. So let's see about... Alright, so it's making a good start. I can never remember the correct way to fill this in waterway, so I'm hoping I'm doing this correctly. If I'm not, well, oops. It looks like it's fine, at least. So this might need to be a case of earth extends again, maybe? Or calcite, maybe. And then we have like this little dip here. How is this going to affect... potential crops is the thing. I didn't think about that. That's on me. Let's see. I think that should be fine. I don't think it hurts to have, like, this little sort of poured bit of water. Maybe we could have, like, actually, what could be fun is to have a little wooden bridge that comes straight over to here. What do we think? Because we could make it stone, maybe, but like just having a little something there. Let's see, what do we do? Spruce seems the obvious option. Alright, let's do that. Let's see what happens. Go first. Nope. Alright, extra bucket filled. These are now back in place. Good, good, good. Okay. So say we want oop. Is that the one we want? Or would it look better? Might look better over there. Let's do this one instead. That sort of acts as a sort of partial sink here, which... Oop. So it's not running quite as much. But there's still, like, obviously water coming on through. And that just makes it easier to walk along. Say you want to maybe stand here and fish. You probably won't. I think that works. It makes it look like this would be a good patch for where the grains go. So we could theoretically then put these up here. More dirt, rather. It's changing my point of view a little bit, but... Oh, if nothing else, we're gonna come over here and just refill this. One, there we go. Having the option to walk across, I like that. Means no messing around later. Although it's figuring out, like, stopping things walking into this to destroy the crops, that's the hard part. Which I think anyone who's made a Cobblemon farm knows Pokemon will go out of their way to make that a difficult experience. You like that farm? Oh, tough break. Right, so let's screw up the dirt over here. as well grab all these again. There we go. So one, then... So starting over there. Is that fully all done? Hey! And then we can fill this in. There we go. So now we got this little patch. It's not completely square, but to be honest, like, I like that it's not. Like, it doesn't have to be a perfectly square shape. That's not natural. I like having slightly off. But let's do one like there. Oop. Let's pick this up again. And then here, and here, and here. There we go. So that's a case of, oh, hello. Are you inside? You are. Are you chowing down in here? What are you doing, mate? That's so funny. He's right there. That we've no reason not to catch him. Or her. Oh, it's a her. Okay. Oh, that could potentially go badly. On the other hand, you are level 76. If you get taken out by that, that would be very disappointing one week. Oh, nice and easy catch. Actually, while we're here, let's have a look. What? Durant. But yeah, so I made this as like a really just fun mine. I got really into working out like how much like kind of in some ways it's a bit of palette work, but also it's like how to just kind of decorate without it overwhelming the design. So like in some places it's subtle, in others it's a bit more abrupt, but it looks really nice. And then you can see I haven't done it further in here just yet, but I've done it on bits of the walls. Obviously I've got like storage over here. And this bit over here, it's like there used to be a much bigger cave going out this way, but there was a cave in, and that's what all the gravel is. That's why you've got all these stones here looking like that directly beneath it, because that's reflecting the damage that was taken from the collapse. And then you've got the beams obviously going off over there, because that used to be where the mine ran to. And I like having that corner like this, but we've got plenty of opportunities in future to expand this. Like, we might knock this in, take these away, and go out this way. Make a bit more storage, or maybe make a digged mine further down. Because you never know what you might find. But yay, so we've got this patch over here. A second... What? What? Why is there another lavatar? What is bringing them out of the mountains? Is it the zombies? Where are you? There you are. All the lava tar. Come back here. We could probably get away with a level ball on that one because it is so low. Do I have a heavy? Oh, that works too. We won't say no to that. Alright, so we've got this bit of water done. So one thing that might be worth doing is actually figuring out, like, what is the layout for around here? Like, how do we want to connect it up to the farm here? And what kind of pathways do we want to make? Because I feel like we've got some of these, but we've got mud and we've got some other things that would be really good for, like, surrounding it. Sort of like a sort of a mud lip. It also kind of reflects the fact that, like, this is water, this is muddy. It makes sense that packed mud would be used, maybe mud brick. And then we can have, like, a path that leads over to here, because this is also a mix of mud brick and the rooted dirt and such. Oh, hello. Been a while since I've seen one of you. And of course we've got Doug Trio as well. It's always fun to see what Pokemon spawn in the little mine shaft area that I've made. So let's eat up. And have a quick nap. And since that's full, let's go back to here. Since I've had the idea, it is now stuck in my head. Let's grab. Oh, we need to make some more mud bricks. That'll take a little while. 1, 2, 3. Do I have hay on tap? I mean, technically, yes. We've got a field of wheat. Wheat. Do I have any here? We do got a whole bunch of hay bales, so that'll be... Oh no, the hay we don't need, okay. Do, 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 do. No, oh come on. Why are you not... Why is the stonecutter betraying me? There we go. Okay. Probably didn't mean to convert all of those. That's not great. But that's on me. That's on me. So let's put one stack back in there. So put that there, and then we'll take 2 of those. And then around here, we're gonna do... So move that over there. There we go. So that's making some progress. I think one there and then two. The question is, do I want to make it just like the one deep, or do I want to make it like two? I feel like we'll start with one for now just to like outline it. And then we'll worry about maybe making it thicker if we're connecting it up to other sort of sections of the farm. There we go. And then it's doop doop doop. Put that there, and then there we go. So now we've got it all lined with mud. That should do it just fine. And I think we'll just come in here and put these in. There we are. So now we've got this little bit prepared, more or less. Hopefully? We'll have to wait and see. Alright. But I think, depending on how we're gonna have the flow of paths through here. Like, I kind of like the mountain having its whole thing like this, so I don't really want to change that too much. Maybe bring that in a little bit, just along here. But otherwise, I think... So we've got the thing leading there. So I'd say we'll have this go straight along here, and then it can connect here. Like this bit would be the square part, and then we've got plenty of space left for other potential crops to grow around here. And like, obviously some saccharine trees can come in here as well. Like, it might be worth making the bee farm or prepping a sort of bee farm area for honey down here. So yeah, that'll do. And of course we've started making plans for in here, which I'm happy about. We're finally filling it up. And obviously this is meant to indicate just the space we need to leave for the storage here, especially if I'm going to be moving it forward a few blocks. To put whatever we're going to put behind here. We shall see. But yeah, as a quick note, we've got the berry farm here. We've got some of the other berries here. We've got also, for string purposes, we've got our flax. We've got revival herbs, obviously, and vivichoke. We're going to need a lot more vivichoke for vivichoke dip and things, so that's probably worth both of these, because obviously this is pep-up flour. Maybe relocating those maybe to over here to have their own little special spot. That's going to be worth considering. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this so far. We're making some progress. We've got a wall built. If anyone missed it, we've continued the wall over here. Might just need a little bit more cobble, but we can put that in later. That connects up now to over here, and we should see less attempts to come through. So I am going to call the stream there. A little bit of a shorter one today, but I've got a couple of things that have come up that I need to deal with. The usual real life thing. So I will deal with those, and I will be back tomorrow with more stream time. I hope you'll join me in the afternoon as we get to work on setting up more farm area. Think about relocating the cows and sheep. Prepping a whole area for them as well, maybe. And maybe even sort of think about, well, pasture blocks and going out to catch more mill tank for Moo milk. But these are plans for tomorrow and later in the week. Take care now. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you tomorrow.